Hello, everyone. Hi, this is Marlon, and welcome to our LinkedIn Live series, Low Code Perspectives. It's an exclusive series where we invite tech enthusiasts and industry experts to come share their experience, thoughts, and even their insights on low code platform. Since we're celebrating Creators Developers Month this September, our first guest is a developer. Today we have with us Youness. He's a partner and the chief technology officer at BSP, and BSP is one of our Zoho premium partners. So it's like an added bonus today. Our guest is a developer and also a Zoho partner. So we're gonna get all sort of insights from Youness today. Hi, Youness. Welcome to today's session.
Hi, Merlin. Thank you for the invite and for this opportunity.
So thank you for joining us today. I'm very excited to talk to you. But before we get into, talking about low code and everything, I would like for the audience to know a little bit more about yourself. So can you please tell us about yourself and your journey as a developer?
Yes, so my name is Youness. I'm originally from Morocco. I come here in Canada to study, and so that's my journey started there. As I majored in computer science, so my journey as a
Mhm.
developer started there. For programming some games, programming any kind of web apps and stuff like that. After that, I joined one of the major consultant firms, CGI, as an
Mhm.
analyst and developer. So
Okay.
I work on some interesting cases. I'm going to say in clients as Cirque du Soleil, Industrial Alliance. It's one major insurance here in Canada. So
Mhm.
that gave me an opportunity to learn a lot about development, the process, how a good developer should work, and I was honestly I was lucky to work with some great developers and
Mhm.
still are. So that was the first, I'm gonna say, 5 6 years. Then I joined BSP as an analyst and architect of solutions, and that was like the, I'm gonna say, official start for me with low code. There is an unofficial part I will talk about later, but the official part was there with BSP from 2017 as of today. So I've done development. I've done the development from that time, architecting the solution, being an analyst, helping architecture the solution. Uh, yeah, so that's pretty much my journey.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. So, like when you explain, right, you have developed games, you have, a built application and stuff. And as like, in the technology space, where do you think low code exactly fit in? Like, what according to you is, low code is all about? Can you please share that?
Okay, I think the best way I can share this is how I learned about local. I think that can help the audience understand. So around 2000, late 2015, started 2016, while working full time, I always had like an entrepreneur vibe, and I had some friends that we started working on some startups. So at the time, we needed some small application and proof of concept to show to some potential client and also to some potential investors. So I started trying to find something that can help me build an application very quickly. Like I said, I was working full time, so it was evenings
Mhm.
and weekends, and that's when I saw the low code. And one of the platform at the time, and still are, one of the visionaries is Zoho Creator. So I start with that because a lot of colleagues at the time were working with Zoho CRM. So I know
Mhm.
Zoho. I stumbled out around Creator, so I started with that. So the idea at first for me is was like creating simple apps or proof of concept as quickly as possible and showcase that for my colleagues and also for the potential clients investors. So that was like, I'm gonna say, the first step for me with the low code platform, and understand how it works.
Okay, thank you. So So you did say like you started like pretty early on, right, with Creator as well. So how do you see the evolution has been, like, when you started to now, in the low code space, and why do you think everybody like there is a buzz around low code, right? Like a lot of people are talking about it and
Yes.
stuff. So can you please share your thoughts on how you saw low code when you started to how it is now, and also why the buzz, why everybody is talking about low code.
Oh, it's been amazing because I, I- we I think we were in Canada, myself and some colleagues, I think one of the early adapters, not the only, but the early adapters, one of the few. And it's just amazing how the low code it's visualized itself because, like I said, my first thoughts, and to be honest here, my first thought, as I think a majority, it was like, oh, low code can be helpful for small proof of concept and small apps, helping to be like a middleware sometime, just
Mhm.
like helping for with small tasks. So that was my first thought, to be honest. After that, um, uh, um, through the years, I had the like I said, the opportunity to join BSP. So I have access to more, I'm gonna say, broad clients of the Zoho ecosystem in general, and also had access to you guys. So I was going to some conferences, stuff like that, and then I saw how it's more than that. It's more than just like, oh, quick small apps, and it's been really great because uh, that was the start. Then we have, I'm gonna say, a part when at enterprise they started accepting the low code as a part because developers or enterprise were minimizing the impact that low code can give, and then the acceptance start because the platform were more mature. Uh, they respected all the security features, and they had like multiple integration capabilities that normally for a developer to build it could take months sometimes. So with that, developers start to accept the low code, the enterprises start to accept the low code, and as we can see now, those advanced integration with, like, with AI, with the business intelligence, IoT, to name a few, we're 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 growing with the platform. So when you see that and show a low code platform and you can integrate with IoT or business intelligence or AI for that matter, from 2018 to 2018, it was like, okay, it's more than creating a small app, and
Mhm.
we saw how robust and mature. So that was that, and I think lately, that shift towards agile methodology, or DevOps for that matter, or the fact also, I'm gonna say that there is like more demand and less skilled people in development that push to that because everyone like, oh, low code will simplify, will that efficiency or that creation for me, and open that to a broader, I'm gonna say, audience that can help. So I think, to summarize, eh, we started as simple apps, developers and enterprise start utilizing it and using it, and saw the how great it is and how can it grows. And then, like I said, through multiple, like I'm gonna say, what's happened with the pandemic and everything, and the shift in the industry, DevOps, agile methodology, it helps see that low code is allowing those as platform, allowing those quick iteration, development cycle, like I said, in broader skills for people to help to create workflows, small apps, and report. I think that's pretty much sums it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like there is a myth, right? It is low code is for small business apps, or like it starts with smaller, solutions, and then it's just there is limitation and stuff. But like as a marketer myself, like when I started building things on low code, it was pretty fascinating, because for me, programming or like developing an application is like, it's Latin and Greek for me. I don't know that. I've never done that. So it is fascinating. And we've also seen a lot of customers, build, starting with something small and then build on top of it, and kind of build, enterprise level ERPs and solutions that are like, helping them immensely. So I think it is pretty cool, and how it has evolved from how it started to now, and especially listening to you share it, it's like, it's pretty interesting, that the whole evolution and the space we are in right now, and how people are using it.
Yes.
And so you did mention about BSP, and like your role there. So can you little bit elaborate what you do as a partner, and also as a Zoho developer who's like building application for your customers, at BSP, and your experience with Creator, as a whole.
Yes. So my journey as a partner started around 2017, as I mentioned. And so, like I said, that started like it's in Quebec, Canada. So we started in Quebec, Canada. My actual associate and colleague at the time, they had some clients. So I just jumped in and tried to understand a little bit more, because when I started, we were like uh, the majority of what we were doing is stuff that um, no the other platform was proposing, or I'm gonna say, or Zoho ecosystem out of the box wasn't given. Like, I don't know, like some complex business rules in inventory, or some integrations that some people needed to do with third party. So that was the start. So I think one thing that done we've done good, it's because of my other experience before, is that we keep the focus as business rules and process oriented,
Mhm.
because that was, like I said, a myth of it's for small businesses, but also there was a myth that, oh, locals is so simple. It is
Mhm.
simple, but if you understand the business, it's not
Yes.
it's not you're not doing like WordPress and creating a website and just drag drop and creating pages. You're creating an ERP, and you can create a complex I'm gonna say environment or ERP for a client, manufacturers, travel agencies, whatever industry, like phone industry, pool industry, stuff like that. You can build that, but you need to understand the process. So from the start, what we've done is that we try to push the machine. When I'm talking about the machine, it will be Zoho Creator. We're trying to push it. So from the start, like I had one great colleague that I was working on from 2018, Usama. He's our director of delivery, and we're passionate people. So we took evening and weekend some time to, like I said, to push Creator and understand how it works, and say, we can do this. Oh, we can do this too. Oh, we can integrate this parts, and we can simplify this process. But we keep it, like I said, as partners, uh, very, very business oriented and process oriented. So we needed to understand what the clients needs to do, understand his process from our experience before, or whatever we our knowledge, our basic knowledge. But we every time we started the process as any other development, like having like a scope, understanding how the client works, and then what's great is that in I'm gonna say any classic development, when we start, it could take us months and months, but through low code, especially Creator, it was pretty much quicker. So the first step, it's always understanding, doing the scope. That's, for me, I'm gonna say, from experience as a developer or analyst or architect, it's inevitable. It's important to understand what you're doing. As soon as you understand that process, and or you have the knowledge of that business, then you can build the app. And low code, that's the force. How quickly you can create that app integrated with accounting, integrated with the CRM, or business intelligence for reports, stuff like that. So that's how I think we built. And then we have uh, I'm gonna say the help of the product team from Zoho Creator, because through the years, it's just amazing how many improvements add-ons that the team does through integration, or stuff like that that help us go through from going to
Mhm.
simple app for a client that need like a commission, a small commission app, to building complex ERPs for manufacturers.
Yeah. So now that we're talking about building applications on Creator itself, so how long do you think it'll take for one to, deploy or implement an application on Creator or any local platform in general?
Good question. It depends on the business. I'm gonna say in your
Mm-hmm.
use case, um, it could take a couple of weeks to a couple of months, depending on the complexity. So I can give some examples. So one client, there was the commission I told about it. Like there was like I'm gonna say um, personalized commission
Mm-hmm.
structure that they have internally. So it wasn't like just like, oh, every time you're selling something, I'm giving you 10%. It was a little bit more complex than that. So um, all those sales were done in CRM. So they have the opportunities, stuff like that in Zoho. So what we've done, just like take those sales, build that business rules exactly how the client wanted on Creator, and simplify his reporting to say, oh, I need to pay this sales representative this amount as a commission. I think it took us 3 weeks, a month, something like that, because it was quick. And again, I think I don't know if I mentioned it, but in the process of development, even if you want to be agile and have iteration, talk with the client, show him what you do, it's a collaboration. So we need also that presence of the client to show him what we've done, and does he
Mm-hmm.
have do we have his acceptance and his thumbs up? Is it good? Is it exactly what he was thinking of in terms visually and business process? So through a couple of I'm gonna say a couple of meetings, of course, the time of development, stuff like that, it took a month to do.
Okay.
But you have also, I'm going to give you one a little bit more complex. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe what's the best case? Okay, let's talk about one in the pool industry. So they have they had inventory, they have
Okay.
service calls. They can install the pools every time. So let's say you buy a pool, they can install it for you at home. Um, they had a an e-commerce website on Shopify, and they needed to improve a lot of, I'm gonna say, manual stuff. Commission again. There is a lot of tasks that were done. For example, they didn't have like a CRM, so
Yeah.
this was a little bit more complex. It took us 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
But I'm talking here. We did the scope. We talk about with the client to understand his process, his old apps. They
Mm-hmm.
were on-premise apps, and I'm gonna say all their ERPs and stuff like that. So we did the scope to understand. Okay, this part need to be part of Creator. This is just
Mm-hmm.
CRMs and opportunities. Let's keep it on Zoho CRM. This is accounting. We left Zoho Books, and then he needed to improve his reporting KPIs. So we added analytics, and we used Flow for we used Flow for integrating with Shopify. But the heart of it all, it was Creator, because
Mm-hmm.
we create his inventory system with complex component, the call service as detailed as he want, the commission structure, all that. This integrated with Zoho CRM for the opportunities in sales, and integrated with Zoho Books to simplify their invoicing process, purchasing process, and have it less manual, I'm gonna say. So it was a little bit more, 6 to 8 months that it took us, and he's been live now for around a year, and it's going well.
Oh, nice. Uh, it's pretty interesting, the use case as well. But if you could tell, like, do you have any app that you built, like the shortest time you took to build an application and the longest you took to build an application on Creator? Do you have anything like that?
From myself,
Yes. if personal use or for your customers, anything? Do you have anything
The
specifically that you've
longest
done?
we take, right? The longest we
Yeah.
take for an app.
Yeah, longest and shortest.
Our shortest. Oh, the shortest 2 days.
Oh, okay. And was it a complex application or?
It so it was a proof of concept, okay, but it was like, I'm
Mhm.
gonna say, a pretty much complete proof of concept, because it
Okay.
did interested the clients and
Hmm.
some investors at the time. Like I said, when I was as in
Starting
those
out.
startups, exactly.
Hmm.
So it took 2 days, 2 full days, two
Okay.
full days. So and it was complete, and so it was a great proof of concept. Even like my colleagues were impressed, and I said, like, not like thank you, but it was like, it's this local platform that helped me do this as quickly as 2 days, because
Hmm.
normally it was pretty much impossible. So that was the shortest. And the longest, as of today, trying to think, because like I said, I'm trying to calculate just the amount of development, not the amount that we needed feedback from the client, back and forth,
Yeah.
revalidate the business rules. um 4 months, five.
Oh, okay. I mean, I think it's still a short amount of time to build a you know, complex
The
application, I guess.
exactly, the manufacturing, we have a manufacturing
So
app
many
that we built,
processes.
exactly,
Hmm.
with so many processes, bill of materials, production, and everything. It took really, yeah, 6 months. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm putting outside all the meetings and stuff like that, just like as pure development.
Yeah, yeah. I wanted the development part only. I
Yes,
know
exactly.
how the back and forth is gonna be. It's gonna take some time, but yeah, just
Yes,
the building and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think that's where like the faster development is one of like a really good aspect, or like one of the benefit of low code platform, right?
definitely.
So, and if you could like maybe list some more benefits, like why people should choose low code, or why people should choose creator, and what are the benefits, that would be really great.
Yeah. So I think so about the speed. I'm gonna say development. We talk about it a
Hmm.
bit, I think, and that's proved. And any any like post story about low code, you're gonna hear that from the client side, from the partner side, or from the company itself, like yourself, Zoho. So that's for sure. The other thing I think is the flexibility of customization. So
Hmm.
it's it's so much like simple to it's flexible. So the customization is simple. There is a lot of options, but it's flexible. So just like you have an API, and you can integrate with whatever accounting software or whatever project management software, stuff like that. This is not something that you can do easily with a custom development, like with Java or .NET or whatever. It can be done. I'm not saying that, but one, it's less flexible, and two, it will take more time. So I think the flexibility that low code gives, and the rapid customization, it allowed like to have some quick solution with tailored business rules to the business, it's as the business wanted. um, the fact that it's scalable, and it can it can there is like an evolution. It can
Hmm.
evolution, sorry. I'm sorry. So it's scalable. It can, because we saw it like the best case I can share with you. Again, one client manufacturer, again, from we were
Hmm.
working from 2018 until today.
Okay.
And every time, it's not, when we're not working on the same app. They were all
Keeps adding.
but we keep adding stuff, because
Hmm.
um, they added. So we started with the basic of it, inventory management, stuff like that. Then we go to the purchasing. Then we got to how we do custom quotes linked to a design app. So, and it can evaluate, because the solution or creator or the local firm keep growing, keep getting
Mhm.
better and better and more mature, and just add in multiple, honestly, integrations that is difficult to keep up. It's but it's great. We can have integration with AI. We have integration with business intelligence. Even lately, IoT. So this is what manufacturers will need in the future:
Mhm.
application that can be scalable
Mhm.
but more affordable. It's both.
Yes. Okay.
We
Mhm.
need that, and the cost efficiency, uh, that's one part, and I think that it's addressing, like I told you before, the IT skill set gap on issues. There is like a noticeable gap between the demand and
Mhm.
the available skilled people and developers. So
Mhm.
that's, and what's great about that, because as you call it, the citizen developer. So from
Mhm.
all our clients, we push them to be like a citizen developer. So we have owners creating workflows, creating reports. They don't need to call us.
Mhm.
Normally, for some reports, before you need to add a developer, plan for it, and deploy it. Now, like with the citizen developer, you can create multiple workflows and reports and do them yourself and deploy them yourself. So I think this is like a big part of of of, uh, of the benefits of low code platform, and of course Zoho Creator. I can go on that if you want now or later, but um, as low code platform, I think that all these benefits, like
Mhm.
this is like what I can talk about and say
Okay,
later.
awesome. So for someone who is like just coming to know about creators or creator and like want to start, want to start
Yes.
building something on creator, what would your advice be? Or like what would what should they be taking away from today's conversation?
Um, I'm gonna say, understand what you're building.
Yes.
Understand what you're building before putting one field.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have I have I have like a small story about this, just like to give you. So in BSP, every time we start a new developer, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We do this uh, after you engage. It's not a test to be hired. You're already engaged. The first thing we ask you to do is a
Mm-hmm.
small creator app. It's a
Okay.
McDonald's POS, a small McDonald's POS.
Okay.
So this is like our quote unquote test. It's just like funny and for us internally. And I'm gonna give you two examples. We hired one skillful developer
Mm-hmm.
with more than 5 years of more than 5 years
Experience.
of experience. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
He'd done it. Took him 3 days, something like that. It was great. It was working fine. I have nothing to say. It was working. But the best MacDo POS done in Creator was done by a developer that we hired.
Mm-hmm.
Just he just completed he just he just completed his studies. He has
Okay.
zero experience, but worked for 4 years at McDonald's.
That's the best experience to build the app.
He had all the knowledge. So the app was the best app we have as a MacDo POS from all the developers we hired. So just like I
Oh.
want to showcase that, because that was the point. Understand what you're building. If you understand
Mhm.
it, you'll build the greatest app. Because after that, you can understand how low code works, how the properties, the luge, how the integration you can do. But if you don't understand what you're building and understand the business rules, it will still be difficult. It's not because it's low code, it will be easier. So understand your business and business rules, then go to local, because it will be much simpler.
Yeah, I mean, that's great advice. Like, yeah, knowing what you want out of the product, like what you want for your business, will definitely help you. So you will
Definitely.
go after what you really want. That's Yeah, that's great advice. Thank you. And I really love the story. That's like a fascinating one. And if I want to be
It's
hired,
true story. True story. I can show. I can, eventually, I can present to you the two guys. They know the story because we talk about it internally. That's what, because we push here, like I said, we're process
Mhm,
oriented, and we will check people like before you start development anything, understand what you're doing. If you don't understand
mhm.
the business, let us know.
Yeah,
Either us as experienced people we can help, or the client itself, they love to explain to us, and they understand
what
that
they
because
do.
when they sign to
Hmm.
us, they understand, like, I want to understand what you're doing, then I can build you something great. If I
Hmm.
don't understand it, it will be difficult for me to do something great for you.
Yes, of course. It's like solid, solid advice. Uh,
Thank you.
I have like one more question before I let you go.
Yes.
Is we did talk about a lot of features like in integration and stuff like that. So I want to know what is your favorite feature that you use on Creator, or like, or your
So do you
most
have
used
half
feature.
do you have half an hour ahead of you?
We have all the time.
No, okay. I'm gonna try to give you like example, like the
Hmm.
feature and
Hmm.
why I love it, like the use case. So I
Hmm.
think it will be nice. Uh, so drag and drop of the fields, all of
Hmm.
us developers love that because it just like save us a bunch of headache to say just like this field is currency or that date or is mandatory or this is or this is the structure. This is like it's drag drop choose. So even if it's simple, I'm showcasing it because I think we need to start from the basic. Then there is the report. I love it because 80% of our clients, they love reports, they need reports. And instead of every time calling us for a simple, quick report or even a complex one, they can build them themselves to give them that to autonomy. And this is something that low code gives. You can't do that with Java. Even like if you
Hmm.
create a platform to simplify creating reports, but like it's not built in. You understand what I mean?
Hmm.
I'm not saying it
Yes,
cannot be
yes,
done, but it's built in, and you can just give. Oh, you can create your reports. You don't need me. You
yes.
give them half an hour to explain a little bit the options. This is the list. This is the map, and this is the, I don't know, the pie charts and stuff like that, and just like go ahead. Or this is the KPIs. So this is I think important. Then there is the integration, the built-in integrations. The list is massive. So accounting, this helps us all the time. People need to streamline, simplify those. It seems sometimes very easy or simple, but it can take 5 to 10 hours for some companies just to create purchase orders, sales orders, and invoice. As simple as that. If the system don't talk, so those integration with the accounting systems are are great.
Mhm.
The integration with for the next steps of reports, BI, business intelligence. Let's say here Zoho Analytics.
Mhm.
You synchronize one button, you synchronize, and you can build great KPIs to help you understand your company, how it's going, how what's missing, which department is great or whatever salesperson is doing great. Calculate even the commission if you have a simple structure. It seems banal. I'm gonna sorry, maybe this is maybe French, but it seems easy, it, but it's really easy because sometimes like business intelligence in a company is what any like a head of directors will need, like head of sales, stuff like that. They need those KPIs, understand what's going on in the company. So with the simple integration, you can have all that. So this is
Mhm.
great. um uh, yeah, so the integration, I'm not gonna list all of them, but
Yeah.
accounting, CRM, flow. So flow, you can, because it's a built-in. I'm talking about Zoho Flow, but it's a part of
Built
Zoho
in, yeah.
Creator. It's the
Mhm.
equivalent for people who knows like Zapier. So it's
Mhm.
Zapier, but better,
Better.
and that's it, and more affordable also. So it just like give you a bunch of integration from and apps from all around the globe that you can just like have triggering actions. When this happened, do this. That's one part. And BI, I think I don't know if I mentioned it, but analytics, it's part of
Yeah.
the Creator Plus too. So that's why I'm talking about it. It's built in. That's why it's simple to integrate. And the other cases that we have also the widgets. This is so
Mm.
great. Playing with JavaScript and giving that really nice experience. The better experience I'm gonna talk about the widgets. It's a nursery. So we have a nursery here in Canada. So they have a nursery. So they plant trees and they need to go all the time, go and say, oh, this tree is growing by 1 meter, a couple of centimeters, this quality, stuff like that. So before it was all manual, and even with Creator, it was like the simple Creator was a little bit difficult for them. So we create like a simple, great experience with a widget, linked it with Creator. I don't remember honestly how much time it took the guys to do it, but it wasn't that much. And it seems like a out of the box mobile app, but it was just Creator through the widgets.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stop at this, but there is like a lot,
A lot
there is
more.
a lot more.
And I really liked your excitement about each feature as well. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, yeah, that comes like we are at the end of our conversation today. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed talking to you. I did learn a lot
Yeah, me
about
too.
Creator
Thank you.
myself as well. You know, you sharing a lot of insights and the use cases you shared. That was really really cool. And I think my the best takeaway for me would be the McDonald's app and how we need to artists. I think that it was the most I mean it was a most simple example, but it was such a powerful one as well, so I'm going to remember it for a
Yes.
long time. Thank you so much. Thank you, Youness, for your time today, and thank you everyone
Thank you, Marilyn.
for joining. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us today.
Yes.
So we do have a lot of initiatives that are coming up for Creators Developer Month, so please do watch out our social media space. Follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and take part in a lot of campaigns we are doing. There are exciting prizes and cool initiatives that we have planned for this entire month. So keep track of it, and we will be back soon with more LinkedIn lives. And thank you so much, and thank you, Eunice. This was wonderful.
Yes. Thank you, Marilyn. Have a great day.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.